What the hell happened here? This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home. What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Luca.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy?
Copy.
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 Starting burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay...
Dad!
Good.
Wow.
What a beautiful trailer.
Wow. Did we ever... We've not talked about this trailer after, because it's released at Gamescom, right? During Gamescom.
Yeah, we have not talked about it yet. And I think this is the first time we're actually showing it to our Twitch audience, which feels amazing,
Absolutely.
to be honest. Hello, everybody. Welcome on into a very special stream that we've been preparing for you for quite a long time. And this is one of our most exciting streams up to date. Because today, myself, also Koen, and Jeremy, we are going to present you the Deliver Us Mars demo that we presented at Gamescom. Many of you were very, very sad that they could not be there and they could not get their hands on the game. And this is the best possible experience we are giving you. There are resubs coming in. I need to acknowledge them. Mars Attacks, thank you so very much. And Cardigan, thank you very much as well too.
Cardo.
It's so great to have you. Thank you so very much for those resubs and thank you for being here. But let me introduce ourselves, the three of us first, right? Because, you know, some faces may be familiar, some are not. So I am Alina and I am a KeokeN social media community manager. I am the person who talks to you on various social media. Then we also have Koen Dietman, the...
Sorry.
Is it weird to hear your name,
Yes.
like full name out there? It's very official, I have to be.
Yeah, it's super official.
It's super official,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm trying to run this whole studio. No, I'm running the studio. I started the whole thing, the series, of course, but also, yeah, together with my brother. And I'm just here to talk to you about, yeah, what we've been cooking. And now that we can actually show a little bit, that is super exciting. But who's next to me?
Who I am? Well, I am one of the employees that the company tried to run. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeremy. I'm the lead environment artist on Deliver Us Mars. I'm responsible for every meshes 3D texture that you can see in the game.
Absolutely. And it shows.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, the trailer looks good, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You might have recognized Jeremy, Koen, and myself from our beautiful TikTok videos. This is where we plug in our KeokeN Interactive TikTok. If you're not on there, jump on there. Those are amazing content and everything. I know many of you are here because you are like, show us, deliver us Mars, show us gameplay, show us the demo, we want to see it. But first, let's talk about the new story trailer for a little bit, right? What did we show? What did we reveal? What was the purpose of it?
Yeah, I have to say, after all the work that has been done by you know, the people on the publisher side, the KeokeN team, there has been so many iterations on everything we do, by the way. But especially this trailer, I remember, you know, it's the first time that we touch upon a deeper insight into the story of the game. So that needed to be done well. I mean, it is as much as it is, of course, you know, as an exploration game and with a high space, realistic or more or less realistic hard sci-fi game. The story, the narrative, something that we've done in Deliver Us the Moon, of course, but now with Mars, we really went another mile, an extra mile in there. And I think and I hope actually that you can see that or a glimpse of it in this trailer.
I really like that trailer. It gives me goosebumps every time I watch it, and I think I've seen it about at least 30 times by now. But yeah, it's really, really good to have it. We have a comment on there. Can you please read it, the comment one? Because I am not seeing it from my mission control point.
Sorry?
It is a very long comment. I can read it. Hi, behind the scenes.
Oh.
When will the game be available at GOG? Pre-order the game on Epic Store and Steam.
Ah, no, GOG. Anything? Well, what's out there now? That's what we know. Anything more is at this point not to announce. So if we want to announce something, you will hear it through our socials and everything we do along the lines towards release. Because maybe, Alina, that's a good thing. There was something special about this trailer, as much as you can see and find out a lot through the visuals, through what's being said, but also what is very obvious, and we had to, I think, announce that a little earlier before Gamescom, is that we stalled the game, of course. We delayed it into 2023, and I have to say, I can imagine as best. I mean, I remember me waiting on Assassin's Creed 1. I was counting the days, guys, so but I can imagine that is not the nicest thing to hear, but I have to say, and under the courtesy of our publisher and the fact that we've talked a lot about it was a really difficult decision, but in the end, I think it was the right one. And it is always great if we can spend a little bit more time on the game, you know, polishing here, polishing there, streamlining a lot of stuff in there. And I think we developed this against a very challenging timeline. And I have to say, yeah, this can only be good, honestly, if I have to say. It's just a little wait. I understand it is not the nicest thing to know, and I'm sorry I saw Cardigan talk about it. He canceled his holidays. So sorry. I mean, your holiday to Mars will come, but it will come a little later.
My favorite joke to say is that it takes about the same time to get to Mars. So, I mean, it's kind of us currently on our way to Mars in a rocket. It will come there. It's all about the journey, and we will make it there. I want to personally thank everybody for wish lists of Deliver Us Mars and for pre-orders, because pre-orders are available. Thank you to everybody who pre-ordered, who wish listed. We see that you're excited for our upcoming game, and it means everything to all of us at KeokeN Interactive. Without further ado, I think it's about time we now jump into Deliver Us Mars demo. So Koen and Jeremy are going to be taking turns playing the game. I will be here bothering them with my questions, probably backs the game, maybe not, but mostly we will be talking about it, because you will not just see the gameplay, you will also get the super exclusive, in-depth, deaf commentary on what you're seeing. This is one in a lifetime opportunity. So all of you here, we're really, really happy to have you. Okay, should we begin? You ready?
Let's go.
Here we are.
Let's go. It's very important to say that what you see on your screens right now is work in progress. It is subject to change. It is not the final image of the game. However, it is as close as it gets, because we want to give you a very, very authentic experience here. So can we talk about where we begin? What's going on?
Yeah,
Kathy, we're on Mars, obviously. So what's up? Where?
So as we've seen in some of the trailer, we crash landed on Mars, and Kathy is here finding her way exactly to safety, literally. So as you can see, that their blinking light on the backpack shows you that you're in need of immediate oxygen. So I hope Jeremy is able to get us through a point that we can be safe.
I have the feeling that I see a possible place for oxygen here.
And I have to say, this is I think this is also the demo that was showcased at Gamescom, and this was not publicly shown, right? Like we only shown it in the public.
It was at TikTok booth. It was available at TikTok booth, and people could play it. Those who could like stand for the line. But I know that the line was too long, you know, and many people could not. But those who could, that was really, really great.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we see here is a mechanic that is familiar to people, those who play Deliver Us the Moon, right? And
Yep.
it is being able to scan objects. Why do we want that? What does it do? And we also have our Astro tool, right? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's we discovered in Deliver Us the Moon that it was very nice to know more about your environment, especially if you traverse through something that has been used and is man-made, but is also used by people that live there or work there. So in Deliver Us Mars, that will return in a way that you can learn about objects in your environment, and they tell you a lot of stuff. Maybe even a little snippet, as you just saw. And you can read back at them in your Astro tool. Yeah, that's a fun part.
This is one of my favorite parts. So here is what's called Herschel Quarry, and it is the very, very first level that is set on the surface of Mars. What we see in front of us is I very recently posted a picture of how it started, how it's going, of what Herschel Quarry looked before and what it looks like now, obviously still work in progress. Can you talk a little bit about what we see? Because Jeremy,
Yeah.
I remember you told me that this level in its own was more of like a vertical slice, so to say?
Yes, exactly. So for those the people who don't know what vertical slice means, it's where we try to actually push a portion of the level, a portion of the game, this level, to the maximum quality. And this helps us to actually know what we should have, you know, about technology, what we should develop to actually being able to push all the other level of the game to the same quality. So this is one of the level that we actually work the most, and I think it's one of the one I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that, like this is a really huge quarry size,
Yeah.
right?
I think the level of scale that you have if you move around, especially the effect of vertigo I got the first time. And guys, I've seen I would say millions of iterations of the levels, and even in the beginning phase where we blocked out the idea of having this. I mean, if you walk up to the edge, and you'll see later on, it is really scary. It got me so deep into it, and I wasn't even wearing a VR goggles, but and I mean, it's not going to be in VR, but the fact that it already had the effect on me just by looking at my screen was immediately like, okay, this is going the right way. This is a quarry you would expect if they are using these excavators and stuff to work and to start to try and live at Mars. And maybe what do you want to say, Alina?
That is okay. There are people in chat who are asking us whether it's Unreal Engine 5. Which engine are we developing the game on?
We are still on Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we didn't want to switch on Unreal Engine 5 because we are like too deep in the development. It will be actually much harder to go from 4 to 5.
Yeah, it is. It was on the brink of, deciding on would we eventually go to UE5, but we made a decision it was not wise to do that yet. But I have to say it is not really showing in a way of how the game is presented, because the game is presented very nicely, if I say so myself. And but it's still UE4. Maybe interestingly, this is also a new thing you're looking at, because we're now looking over the quarry in a new type of mode where you can just find out something about the area. So let's listen what Kathy says about this.
Excavators, cranes. This looks like a quarry. It's completely deserted and heavily beaten by dust storms for some time already. We need to make it to the other side to get to the Ark. Alright. It's better if we find some transportation. But where?
Oh, sorry.
Let's hope it's functional. How do I get up there?
How do we go up there, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Convenient.
Let's make our way down there so
Well,
we can
I'm-
take that elevator.
I would say, does that still work? I don't see any people down there, so, you know. Yeah, and if you, that's the detective type of gameplay that you can find in your area to learn more about maybe your future goals or something about the environment that Kathy also explores. And yeah, the first times I was walking down this ridge, it gave me that whole feeling. If you go too much to the edge, that's just really, really scary. I mean,
That is scary every single time I do that. And I am not even, I'm watching this and it like still makes me very, very scary. So this is the mechanic that we use a lot. I call it leap of faith is when you have to sprint and then make the jump. This also gets, it's not the scariest one of them all, but it gets scary at some point.
yeah.
And here we go, we come to the part where the player is being introduced to our brand new...
I would like to say
climbing
first
mechanic.
with the platforming parts, because that was something we tried in Deliver Us the Moon for a little bit, but we really we went for it this time by saying like, if we want to do this, we should embrace it. So there's a whole, you know, animation system going on, and as you say, we're keep working on this, but there's so much things different towards how we did this in Deliver Us the Moon. And I think you saw just the principles of it in the end game of Deliver Us the Moon, and now it's far more established. And of course, now again, you also come to this part, the climbing, one of the exciting parts, the climbing mechanic. And maybe
the climbing mechanic, yeah. Jeremy, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Tell us about the climbing mechanic. Tell us about the peculiarities. How do you know where to climb, how to climb? And not to back the game, but let's also do that because we're running out of oxygen.
Sure, indeed. As you can see right now, there is only 2 of the 4 lights on the backpack
It makes me anxious.
All right. So as you can see right now, I'm actually pulling the both trigger on the controller, and if I release one, I release one of the pickaxe, and I'm actually able to aim where I want with one pickaxe when I release it, which actually allows me, you know, to go a little bit further. So I release one trigger, I put it back, and I am able to move like in a more really free way, you know. This is not automatic, you are literally climbing.
Yeah. What I would like to add to that is, and actually that is very good explained, because when I was looking at the movie or documentary Free Solo, this is a free climber that doesn't really climb with pickaxes, but the fact where you know, you climb without any help or gear that could save you was giving me a very, and that's where you have a safe drop fall even. We even have that.
This is my favorite.
I'm really in a perfect position because as you can see, people, there is 2 different texture right now. And if I try to put the pickaxe here, as you can see, I can't. So there is also, you know, this kind of mechanic. You need to be careful and watch actually where you should put your pickaxe.
Exactly. And I have to say that if you do not only combat the fact that verticality in your game usually is being solved by stairs or elevators, but you do also kind of get a real sense of danger because you have to hold on. So yeah.
That jump makes my heart stop every single time I see that. The verticality, how does it feel to actually have this verticality added to the game now? Because this is something we really did not have in Deliver Us the Moon, and now in Mars, it's not only...
It is, you know, because we are in a game that doesn't, you know, use the stereotypical way of having conflict resolution in like battles or fights or guns. So in a way, it is also very, you know, if we want to kind of get some danger into this game and thrill, I thought like this is also helping at the same time as much as it is helping you to move vertical through the game in a different way, and not using it as kind of like a walking thing. You know, I really wanted to make you feel as a player that there was effort doing that. So of course you can just have climbing or things like, you know, you see in the likes of Uncharted, but or even Tomb Raider, but the fact that you have to do some effort for this is, you know, it to me it gives a more realistic feel, and it's also a real thrill, especially seeing that deep quarry just chills me every time. Even now when I've played this over 1 million times, guys, it keeps chilling me.
It does look very good, and it's very challenging because again you have to get used to climbing. This is nothing I personally have seen in video games before. This is something that people have not seen in video games before, and it will take you some time to get used to it. And trust me, it will prove some of the amazing, really worthy challenge because it does. It does make you feel like you're actually climbing, like you're controlling it. It's not like you just press X, you are doing that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think we should go in.
But the elevator is not working.
Yeah.
What's up with that one?
Well, looks like there is no electricity.
No. So we have to fix that.
Yeah, let's go and get one. And Jeremy, you were also the one who worked on the built-in structures, right? On this level in particular
so this is one of the first things I made when I joined KeokeN Interactive. I actually managed to create this first modular kit of the environment and the house that you can see here. And well, you know, this was my first mission. I was kind of worried, never tried to do that. But I think we achieve a pretty cool result right now.
We're safe.
Yes,
we can actually breathe
it was
literally.
Actually the orange light, like the warning, whoa, you need oxygen, like, come on, move on.
I was getting so anxious because the air was running out so fast.
Yeah.
Before you do the puzzle, can you tell us more about the whole modular thing? What does it mean? Why did it have to be modular? What was very
of course.
specific? You know, yeah, please.
You know, each time you create a wall or like a piece of ground in a video game, you would like to reuse it, of course. You don't want to be, oh, this is one unique piece of ground and I'm not gonna use it anywhere else in the game. No, it's not possible. We are like a tiny team and we need to be able to kind of have this modularity element, which means that, for example, as you can see, like this wall here, I made like a corner. And then I am able to put, like, for example, a window just next to it. And the window got actually the same dimension. Like, this is one object, and this is one object. And I'm also able, for example, to take, like, this wall here, you know, this other corner. And all the idea of modularity is, like, with the same piece, you are able to create a different environment. Like, if you want to have, like, higher walls, you can do. But of course, you need to respect correct proportion. And this is how we are able, you know, to create this environment. With the same kit, for example, we were able to create like the first room that we were when we go to the top. And for example, the other building that you see there and there. This is actually all the same element, but they look different.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is how you make games. It's same but looks different. Thank you so very much. Can we now do this amazing piece?
Yeah.
Because we are now going to see.
Before you do it, I wanted to say, because holograms is something that is known from the first game that we talk about what happened there. They are very much location based. You know, something happened in that room, and your AZE, Ayla in this case, because Ayla is your new AZE in Deliver Us Mars, is able to decrypt them. And the cool thing now is because you're on Mars and because the council back on the moon really used a lot of decryptions and tried to, of course, they didn't want people to find out what they were doing. So the interesting part is now you have to unlock some of these holograms. And I have to say, some of the games Merlin, Sophia, the ones that worked, Leander, I think even worked on a system that is actually very engaging to do and has a nice touch of gameplay to really feel it rewarding to unlock these memories. And before we actually see it, the whole, you know, how that evolves. This is a little snippet, guys, of not only the holograms, but also the cinematic value and the narrative storytelling we use and developed for this game. So let's unlock it.
Let's unlock it. Let's do it. Can you also, while doing that, explain how it works and what we do there? Because this is something we did not have in Deliver Us the Moon, because in Deliver Us the Moon we just scanned, and this time we turned it into a little bit of the perspective puzzles.
Exactly.
Right? So it is not just there to make your life harder. It actually has a purpose of doing so. So Go ahead, Jeremy,
Sure,
solve it.
no problem. So as you
Solve it
can see
out.
right now, I
Yeah.
switched to play with Ayla. And right now, as you can
Yes.
see, I need to position correctly Ayla. And I have like an impact on the hologram. And apparently I need to move until to be able to put, you know, the orange part inside the mechanism here. And as you can maybe hear, the more I go close the position I should have, the more I hear this like clickety go faster. I'm almost there and boom, I made it. Oh, I need to do it a second time. Let's see, it's probably somewhere here, almost, and here we go.
And there we go. Now Ayla is in the perfect position to show the holograms, but we are going to see the amazing cutscene, so I'm going to shut up.
What am I supposed to be looking at, Ayla?
Let me go, please. I made a mistake.
Please, Mr. Johansson, please calm down.
I need to go back to Earth. Coming here was a mistake. Please, I just want to...
Isaac, you're confused from the cryo. Try to calm down.
I don't need to calm down. I need to go back for my daughter.
I know you're smarter than this. I know that deep down you understand that what you are saying is foolish.
Please, William. Please, let me go back to Earth.
How do you imagine that would go, Isaac? How do you think you would be welcomed? With fanfare or police escort? Going back won't bring you any closer to ever seeing your daughter again. I know you know this. You and I, if we ever return to Earth, will be tried like war criminals. They will treat us like traitors to the human race, not as its saviors. The only way you get to see Kathy is from behind bars. Look, the quarry has been producing at a velocity of around 20 million metric tons in the last 3 years. We built this, Isaac, thanks to your designs, your estimates, your insight. And now you're here, with Arc Vita no less. Just imagine how much output will grow. It will become everything we dreamed of. I'm sorry for making that very cruel decision back then. And if we can't ever bring a select few from Earth, we will make sure your daughter is part of that group. But before that, we need to focus on the here and now. We need you here, Isaac. Can I count on you, old friend? Rest first. We'll get your quarters and habitats cleared out so you can clear your head, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is such an emotional cutscene.
Exactly.
Every time it gets me. Every time. So as you can see from this cutscene, there is going to be an emotional journey. Many people ask, is the Reverse Mars gonna make me cry? This cutscene is a little bit of a glimpse into what awaits you ahead.
Yeah,
A
it's-
little bit of the glimpse.
I think this, you know what they say, but this game is a little sharp here and there.
That is very true. So, story is deeply at heart with the Reverse Mars. As you know, we love creating story-driven games, and of course, this is at the same time as it's an epic adventure, right? It's also a very grounded, emotional one. As you can see, it creates a very emotional relationship between father and daughter. And Koen, how does it feel? Because you are a father.
Yeah.
You have daughters. How does it feel for you? Does it hit you stronger in the heels?
Well, if I, she looks at her father in, something that has happened there. So he is clearly having issues with, or he's struggling in a way. And I can imagine deeply that that's troubling. I mean, if you left your daughters back at Earth and you're at Mars, I mean, that is heartbreaking in a lot of ways. So, I understand the feels.
You understand all the feels. All right. We have this massive quarry, right? That we understand this massive quarry. How do we not get lost? How do we make sure the player does not get lost? Because, you walk in there and there's all of this empty vast space. Jeremy, this is where you shine. How do you create a level design in the perfect way so that, it feels vast but not overwhelming, and you exactly have a feeling of where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to go.
All right, so as you can see, we actually got like our cutscene in this building, and you can see that we have like kind of, not really high, but kind of really difficult terrain to walk on. And of course, like this door actually go directly, like put you in the correct direction. And when you walk, maybe you hear it actually, Kathy mentioned actually the huge antenna here. So we have, of course, understand that we need to reach that destination. So we try to, of course, go, a little bit near the place, and we realize that actually, the path is broken. Once again, we have like a scan, maybe to understand what actually happened here.
A toppled crane.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, we're not gonna take this path, so maybe I look around and see this platform is moving.
What do we see?
That's kind of interesting. Maybe I could actually jump on those platforms. Let's give it a try.
Let's give it a try. Let's go. So this is where also the platforming skill actually comes to play, because you need to use your platforming skills to get to certain areas. And there is a very, very nice cannibal right ahead of you, because you see the little object with the light that just flicked yellow. We can go ahead and scan it, and there is a little bit of a conversation, right? What are those? What is the purpose of those? Why should the player be kind of looking for those cannibal things?
Yeah, I think if you want to go deeper into what drove the people that lived there and what things they encountered during the way, there are these, and this time I remember in Moon there were still in email change, and now of course, because we are all very used to reading these app texts and all that stuff, I think it's very nice to see that you can see a conversation between two people. That were talking about something, and it looks like that they're even also talking about holographic data ACEs that are encrypted and stuff. So it gives you a little deeper insight into what happened there at Mars.
That looks really good. This is also something we did not have in Deliver Us the Moon, because Deliver Us the Moon had the PC logs, right? They had the PC logs that this could read. This looks like actually two people texting on the phone, which is, I like the way it looks. The little emojis like add an amazing hint to that. Woo.
Almost.
Woo. Okay, this is what we're talking about. We like to take pride in platforming, because what you see right now is only basically just the beginning. It's only to give you the taste of how it's going to be. It's to teach you the mechanic, which you will then have to master and get better at it, because platforming will gradually get more challenging in the course of the game. And if this already looks like, because I mean, I'm getting old, I'm an old lady, it already looks crazy to me almost, the parkour bit, but it's only gonna get more awesome from then on.
It's cool to see how even hanging from that like movable platform that was hanging there, it's giving such more dynamic to moving through your environment. And I think I'm really proud that we, I mean, if we have to say, there's been said about Deliver Us the Moon, it might be a walking simulator, but this is absolutely nothing like it. It's far more progressed in multiple ways of systems and gameplay features that I'm proud that we actually touch these realms right now with this game.
Ah, me too. We're entering the area of a second cutscene. Before we do that, or actually, you know what? I'm gonna save the talk because I want to ask Jeremy, because Jeremy is our hero, the one who created textures to make you know which path is climbable and which is not. And this is also something that I'm very proud. It's a work in progress of that one. That was amazing to see. But let's talk about it when we get to like another area when we actually can see that. Yep.
So sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, for later on, if we
for later on, yeah, for later on, there's one area with like something hidden, something super cool and hidden, which you can get to later on, where you also climb, where you can see the climbable texture and everything. But I will ask you that question then, so I can give people kind of like the example of your genius, if you may.
That's really nice. Well, we're gonna have, of course, plenty of different, surface that you will be able to climb. So, for example, for the rock, you see directly that this is like not the same pattern. Like they explain you, oh, I can directly go there. But this texture, will be reused often in the game to like make you understand, oh, I can climb that. Now you also, have like a less, how can I say that, organic texture to climb, but a more like artificial one, which is like, like this kind of protecting piece of cloth that we are using it.
This is exactly why I brought it up, because we were doing the jump, and it's just like such a cool thing to have, because it has to be believable, right? Because you cannot just climb any surface. It has to be believable that you can actually stick your pickaxes in it, and it was a super well done, very thought of, a believable thing. When you play, you don't think about it, and it just makes sense. And I think that's how you know you did a good job. Yes. But there was a lot of thinking that went into it, for sure.
I mean, of course, we are gamer. Oh, this is moving. I want to jump on it, of course. And because we are using pickaxe, and this is, like I say, not like a rocky formation, but a more like shape made by man. I didn't want to actually, the fabric looks actually flat, but it's made of this, how can I say it, honeycomb, right? I mean, this squarish shape, so you can actually, like stuck the pickaxe inside it.
Yeah.
And of course, we will have other surface to climb.
Are we later on? Saving the surprises for later on.
Of course. We're not gonna show everything. Should I start the second decryption, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So we, as you can see, find like the same gameplay as before. I can really hear that I'm near, like the area I should reach with Ayla, because like I hear like it's only in this here, not on the other one. So I know that I need to go to the left. So I go a little bit to the left, a little bit in the front, and boom. Let's try the other one. I think I'm closer. Maybe I need to go closer, higher. Yes, I hear it. Yes. Here we go. And oh, did you just see right here? Oh, we have two now.
We now have
so that means it's like it's more
them.
complex. So let's see the other one. All right, I can hear it. Maybe I need to go a little bit here. Yes, and here we go.
I still can't believe it, Isaac. In my wildest dreams, I didn't dare to see numbers like this. You keep living up to your name with every project you get your hands on. Our dream is coming to life, my friend.
There you are.
Rosa, join us. We're just celebrating. Isaac's Ore Crusher is performing well above expectations.
Admissions are up again, William. 62% this last month. We need to expand the medical wing, and we need more staff to take care of them.
We talked about this. It's only a temporary increase.
I don't think it is. People are being worked too hard and burning out too fast. More and more are showing symptoms of anxiety and PTSD. And with our outlook for the future milestones, those numbers are only going to go up.
Isaac's housing development has just started. We can't spare anyone else.
Let me rehabilitate them, William. Give me more space and more staff so I can
We can't afford to take people off the ground crews to rest and even more to support them. That will only prolong our struggles.
These are your people, William. They follow you. Look up to you.
The answer is no. I'll see both of you at the weekly debrief tonight.
Rosa, meet me in the medical wing. I might be able to help you out.
Secrets, secrets, secrets.
Indeed.
So many secrets, so much is going on there, right? It kind of
Yeah.
makes you wonder what went up there, what is happening there. I really, really do love it. What you see right now, for people who are watching, you obviously see the holograms, right? This is the form of the cutscenes showing you the story. However, what we have in Deliver's Mars that is different from Deliver's the Moon, we actually have full motion captured cutscenes where full cast was involved. Those are going to be absolutely great and emotional. And that was how did it feel, Koen, to have mo-capped cutscenes with
I have to
famous
say,
actors in your game?
yeah, I have to say that you saw a snippet of that in the earlier cutscene, of course, where Kathy is totally captured, and I have to say we call it. I think motion capture even is now outdated because motion capture was meant to be capturing motion, but now it's being called PCAP, performance capture, because
performance capture.
yeah, you actually, and that this is something I learned throughout doing this, is that performance capture is, of course, trying to recreate that, that feel of a movie. You know, you have people playing an actual scene in front of you, and I think we were in luck with the talent that we attracted for this game, and maybe better said that we have a team. You know, we had a cast of people, and you know, entering that set back in at Molenaar with Centroid, that was surreal, I have to say. When I was up in the room to look down and see what they were doing, or even sitting next to the set when they were acting out some of the scenes, the weird thing is you see so many people at work to do such a thing for your game. You understand what they're doing, you understand the game, you know the story, but it is still very surreal to see that happen in front of you. Now, if that translates back into the game, and there is scenes in this game, guys, that you know, were massively tough to perform, but I have to say they are, the way they are brought to fruition in Deliverance Mars is something of another level. I really, really love what actually came out of it. So I almost couldn't believe, or still, you know, feels like a dream in a way that we managed to get that done. But I think we have to thank all the talented people that work on the game at KeokeN, but at all the parties and the partners we work with, the actors, the directors. It's amazing.
Are you sure about performance capture and motion capture? I think motion capture is actually the movement of the body, and performance is the face, right? No?
Well, you could. that is maybe even more detailed, but I have to say that PCAP stage, that's how it was called even. Right. So let's say, I think it just moved on from like, let's only capture motion, but now we can capture, well, the best thing to know is we can capture just a lot of cool things actors can do, and they don't necessarily have to be in films only anymore. I mean, you can just as easily be in a game right now, and yes. I really love that change that is brought, or that broadens our industry. I love it. So that's why it's cool that we had Elise, of course, Elise Chappelle, who is performing Kathy, the lead. She came from a Netflix series, for example, that was Poldark. She took her experience from, you know, series and film, and was working together with Neil Newbon and Nicole Tompkins, who are in our cast, performing other characters in the game, and they were coming from games such as Resident Evil and the games from Capcom, or for example Detroit Become Human. And I think the mixture of you know, having people from series and film and people from games really brought a nice mix of experience to the table.
It did. It really did. I'm quite happy to see them. Jeremy, can I ask you to stick the pickaxe on, try and stick it on the metal surface? See if
I
it
just
does
tried to
see if it does the satisfying the ding sound. Does it do it?
right here? Like, not here, actually.
This one is...
Not here, actually. There was somewhere there.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it
yeah,
does the
sure.
whole,
Let's
like, a
go
very,
back.
very,
You know,
very, very
Kathy is
sati-
actually
it does a
pretty strong.
very satisfactory sound, and this is where I want to acknowledge our amazing sound designers as well, who've done such a good and are doing a very good job on the game. And actually, one of the press who was playing Deliver Smart's demo during Gamescom mentioned that, and as they played, they went for ding, and they went, "Oh, this is so good!" And that was good to see, because we did not point it out, and we were backseat gaming because we wanted people to see more of it. So we were like navigating them a little bit. You have to go here, and this is how you climb. And there's one person, and they're just like going for it. And we're like, no, you have to go to the right. And they go, no, I just love hearing the metal sound when you put the pickaxe into it. It's just like, it's so satisfying. They just stood there.
Yeah.
There is a comment in chat that said that it's very weird to not see Koen and Paul in blue suits. Blue suits ever coming back, or is it the red suits?
What is going on? I'm not enough for you? That's what you want to say?
Yeah, I know it's CHM Interactive. He found us on the Gamescom floor, actually, and CHM was wise enough to buy a business ticket, or at least a trade visitor ticket, to also enter the business area. And well, if you would have encountered Paul and me, and I think we tried a couple of times to run by the Indie Arena booth, run by the TikTok booth where we were also showcasing, but most of it actually existed out of talks, Paul and I talking the whole day, and maybe, I'm not really sure if CHM actually knows, but our voices were already long gone by the time I think we met him. But and I'm sorry for the people that missed out on us, because we tried to see a couple, we saw some tweets, but yeah, this time it was
busy.
It was busy and business.
It was busy and it was business, but we wanted to meet you as much as you wanted to meet us. We got into, this is the area, this is the gem.
Exactly.
There would not be a Deliverers game without puzzles, right? Can you walk me through this puzzle? What do we see in front of us? How does it work? Because all I see is a bunch of symbols in front of me, right? Sure. Some energy input, and we're here to power up the elevator, right?
Exactly.
To connect the MPT dish with the elevator. Okay, the floor is yours.
Perfect. So as you can see here, we have like a panel, and I can cut. So of course, what will be a Deliverers game without a good old laser, right? Hop, I cut this, and as you can see now, I kind of free, like an emitter. An emitter can actually send an MPT ray toward the receiver. So let's try that. It's not working. Why? As you can see, my emitter here had like 4 bar of energy. And unfortunately, this receiver here can only have like 2. So, what can I do? Maybe I should go to actually the other side, right? Yeah, maybe I can go here actually.
You know that you have to go there, but you needed to try the door first. But you would find out that the door is unfortunately locked and it does not open from your side.
Yes, exactly. I can't do anything with the door. She is locked. So maybe let's try that. Have you seen this? I have 3 here.
Somehow not working either.
Yeah, maybe I should move that.
MPT power production field.
Oh, look, have you seen? I have like 3 bar here and 3 here, but when I put it there, I have only 2. So maybe actually this device can like reduce the power of a ray. Okay, I'm gonna go there here. But if I remember well, I have 4 here, and I have like 2 here, and I need... Maybe if I try to put that correctly?
This is where we need to do a little bit of a logic game, and you need to do a little bit of math, and you need to think out of the box a little bit as well too.
I stuck myself. I need to let this door open here. Perfect.
This is the steamy puzzles, right? How are they different from what we've seen in Deliver Us the Moon? Were they in Deliver Us the Moon? Is this something completely new that we've created specifically for Mars?
I think in Deliver Us the Moon we did a lot of one-offs, how we call them, and that means that they weren't easily repeatable, and I mean also in terms of getting some more complexity into them. And I think we learned from that and said, let's try to get a set, almost like Lego. You know, you have a Lego set of stuff, and you can actually have the designers play around with it in a far nicer and more designed way that you can offer a greater experience and maybe even a more satisfying solution to some of them. And I think this system derived from it and builds upon in the game. So puzzles start to become a bit harder. Ayla will be involved even at some points, you know. I mean, you can do different things, and that we're not even showing that, I think, right now. But Ayla can also be used to pick up some of these pieces, and it's just cool to see if you can figure out your way throughout Deliver Us Mars.
I am going to tell you that a couple of people figured out an alternative way of how to solve this puzzle without, I think it was either that the door was not powered or something, but the two of them were not powered at the same time, but somehow it worked. And I was like, magnificent. That's amazing. I mean, it works. So like they powered the elevator. They managed to do that. So I think what they did is.
Was it at Gamescom?
Yeah, that was a Gamescom. That was a Gamescom, and I saw people play it. So what happens in the end, I cannot reproduce the steps, but the idea is that you have to have both powered at the same time, the door and the control panel, right? So we do the crisscross, put the power reduction field in between that supports two beams. That is great. But what happened for them is by the time they had the beam in another room powering the panel, but somehow the beam in this room would not power the door and it would still work. So like if you move it right now, your control panel is powered up, but the door is not, and you can still escape that room. You know, you can still escape that room because there are boxes out there, right? So it's kind of like we want people to have both. You know, see, like this, like if you move it. Yeah. Jeremy, you're a genius. If you move it, the control panel is still powered and it's all good, but the door is not. But it doesn't break the game because they're boxes, so you can still, you can still get out. And that was amazing to me. I'm like, whatever makes it work, whatever works.
True. It's sometimes there's just, and maybe that's also the beauty of it. Like sometimes there's a little bit of a different solution that might also work, and I think that is far nicer to play as a player right now, that you feel that you've come up with an idea and a solution. And I think that's another step up, I would like to say, on the mechanics in Deliver Us Mars.
I had a very eureka moment when I solved this one, when I played the demo, so, it's amazing. It's really good, because at first you're really confused, you have no idea how you solve it, but when you figure it out, you're like, okay, and then you feel really good about yourself, so I think it's great.
Let's reactivate
let's go and power the
energy,
elevator.
yes. All right, I am online and I'm moving a huge cannon. All right.
There we go. So there's an actual science behind what's going on. Can you talk a little bit? So we're not just like doing random things, but it's also science, right? Can you mention this bit of science a bit?
Okay. This should power the
MPT.
Let's go down there.
The MPT. What is the MPT? For those who have not played
so funny enough is that it's short for microwave power transmission, and that is a wireless form of transmitting power. And I think you can, I remember it was found out by the Japanese some years ago, and I think you can found this technology even deeper into the systems we use now daily, such as your phone being, in a way powered without a cord if necessary. But it's interesting how...
Sorry, Koen, for interrupting. Jeremy, can we go see the comic?
The comic.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the comic?
I think we passed it somewhere.
We passed it? I think
no, you can get it. You can get to it. If you go to the right and if you go to a climbable area,
Like
No,
that
if
way?
you go... No. If you go back,
Yes, okay, let's go.
you've made this. I should not be back again. And then you turn to...
I'm not the one who put the collectibles, you know. I am not. Yeah, it's
and
true.
then you go to the right.
Yes, to the right.
Oh,
No,
right,
you're
yes.
turning around. There we go. See?
Oh my god, a climbable area. That's what you want to say. All right, okay, got it.
There we go. Sorry, Koen, for interrupting.
No worries, no worries. I almost forgot about this one too. And actually, I know that we missed a couple where we just went. So
Yeah, but we had a conversation. So this is something that our 2D artist Anna Lubas created, and this is what I like, because if you play Deliver Us the Moon, you remember the Moon Man comic books that you could find throughout the levels. This one, we do not disappoint. We brought you Moss Man.
Moss Man, yeah, it's and for the people that own a collector's edition of Deliver Us the Moon, they know that there is an actual Moon Man comic that has been drawn by amazing artists. That even did, I think, even Spider-Man's, like actual Spider-Man's in comics. But they that actually exists, like a real Moon Man. So I really love to see how that evolved from, you know,
Almost
that was
died.
almost
Yeah,
died.
no.
But
Professional here.
Yeah. But that Mars Man evolved from Moon Man, and maybe for the people that don't know, Moon Man was the working title name of Deliver Us the Moon that we just
Oh, really?
pushed
I did
through.
not know that.
Yes.
What stopped you from naming the game Moon Man? Was there a specific reason?
I think it was because the title Deliver Us the Moon quickly followed in a way. So it was
Okay.
Paul toying around with something, but Moon Man was literally derived from a guy living on the moon. That's, of course, based upon the film Moon by Duncan Jones. So that's really funny. Oh, it's powered.
Yes.
It's
See
powered
here.
now. Now we can take
Finally,
this
we can go up.
elevator.
I mean,
Ooh.
it's just.
This is
I am happy that this thing still works. I mean, that's can happen that it's there for a long time maybe already. So there's no people that operate it.
Yes.
I mean,
perfectly
it's the
fine, yeah.
sandstorms and everything.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it should be good. Oh.
That
Ooh.
is terrifying. Also, if you look down, which you should not do, but if you look down, you can totally see how this is absolutely terrifying. Fun fact, I am scared of the... Oh, boy.
Ooh, if you look down now, that's always like,
If you
wow.
Oh boy.
Now you get us to safety.
Fun fact about elevators, I'm scared of the elevators and I regularly get nightmares where I'm stuck in the elevator and it's like goes up and down and it breaks. Ooh, did it make the satisfying sound?
Indeed. Again?
It did. Great. So, so this sequence kind of resonates with me. Also, I am scared of heights. So if you do look down and then you know that it's just you and your skill that the success of the mission depends on, it's it's great. Also, on Gamescom, me and our narrative director Raina, we were hanging out and people would die. People would fall off the cliff. People would not be able to handle the climbing one. And I told him, I'm like, imagine that every time this happens, this is the end. This is the end of the story. Like, you spent so much time writing it, but this is like how it ends. That's it. There is nothing after.
Well, that is not being used anymore.
Nope. We are not.
It works
using
perfectly.
The
We
elevator.
managed to go right.
This is good. All right, so I think this right here is a very good example, right, of the surface that can be climbed and the surface that cannot be climbed. What do we do here? It looks a little bit confusing, though, right? It's like how do I get up? Because it kind of looks like it's almost not climbable.
Yeah, of course, during like the first moment when you have to climb, you can clearly see the difference between the climbable one and the non-climbable one. But here, it's a little bit blurry, so it's like actually, ask the player to try and not to release too quickly the trigger. You know, like maybe I'm good here, and in fact no, and then I release the other trigger and I fall.
Oh yeah.
So let's try to actually take like the most difficult one. Perfect.
So it's more of like kind of like a trial and error, see where it can take you, and kind of like experimenting and taking the time with it. Is there a way to parkour this area? Is there a way to just like hop up?
Yes, you can of course jump. That is something super super hard. If you want to try, you can definitely jump and get your place there. But the cool thing about climbing is, I have to say, there is some mastery over this. So I saw a couple of press mention QoP. It's like a very hard game. I have to say QoP is really tough. This is not really tough.
You have more control here.
You just have to kind of adapt to the way it is a little bit more of an effort climbing this wall. And once you get the hang of it, and that's literally, if you play this for a couple of times, then you feel like, oh, okay, I get it. If you really want to take a challenge, then you can even try to jump up and try to pull up and jump up there. And I would like to say that speedrunners, I can see them try get faster and faster.
I want to. This is what I really would like to see. So if any of the speedrunners are watching this right now, please, when the game comes out, I do want to see all of the playthroughs, all of the speedruns, and I do want to see people speedrun climbing. Because I think this is where it's legit going to be about skill. It's about how skillful you are, how far. Oh, this is the point where we started.
Exactly.
Yeah, you made it.
This is where
we've gone a very long way. Oh, we've gone a very long way. This is, I think, what I love about this level, is because at first it gives you an overview of what you're supposed to do, and then later on you can actually take a look at what you've accomplished and how far you've gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We get Jeremy. What did I call this? This is my friend.
All right. How do you call it? How
did I call it?
Yes, you give him a strange name, right?
I gave it because I give nicknames to everything in the game, right? I think I gave this a big roundabout boy or something like that.
Yes, but what would be a cool quarry without the rock crusher, right?
Yeah.
This is actually a rock crusher, yes. And this is really funny because this is the first 3D things I made on the game, like almost 2 years ago. And I was like, but how do you ask me to make like a huge rock crusher? I mean, I never did something so big or like some task with like such a responsibility, you know. But that's kind of the, how can I say that, the philosophy here at KeokeN. It's like you can try, and with that I gain, you know, like more trust in myself, and this is how I made like the whole game. Yeah. Of course, with the help of Anna Hooding and some other 3D artists during the development of the game.
Yeah.
This is cool. So what is this part? Because this part is kind of stressful.
Yeah, you can see that the rock crusher has been probably, you know, damaged here, revealing like actually the portion of the wall that I can climb. But unfortunately, like the, how can I say that, the iron palm are still rotating, and I of course need to be careful because I could, you know, just here being well pushed or maybe crushed by one of them. Alright, let's try to go quickly because another one is coming.
Another one is coming. This might be a perfect... Oh, that was close.
Yes.
This might actually be a perfect spot to try hopping.
You want me to hop? Let's go.
Let's go.
Can I hop?
I'm not sure.
Come on, hop. Hop.
Oh!
Let's go.
Man, that was skilled.
Look at that rock crusher. It is... insane.
It's like a damn big grinder.
That is... okay, that is impressive.
Nice.
That is super impressive. A big roundabout boy, my favorite.
Roundabout boy is better than rock crusher, you know. I like it. I really like it.
We're officially changing the name of the thing.
All right, roundabout boy. Let's go. And I think we actually reaching almost the end.
Let's see. I mean, take us there. Take us through the tunnel. What are we gonna see? Is there anything there?
What is this? Oh no! Oh no! An invisible wall. Maybe it's a demo after all. Yeah.
But that's so sad.
I can't go further. I'm so
I thought
sorry.
we were actually gonna show everybody the.
Yeah, I hoped so. What we could do, of course, is maybe show another level.
I mean,
shall we do that? Lena, shall we show just another level?
we kind of do still have time, right? So, but nah, come on, we're not gonna do it. That's fine. We're not gonna spoil things for people. As much as I want to do that.
Okay, I'm
Not
so
today.
sorry, Samuel. I just have to say this. This was a special one for you. This is the end of the demo, right? I mean, it's so sad. I know what happens, but...
You know what happens?
I know what happens after this, I think.
I think if you people are really interested by what will happen next, it's the 2 February that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's when people can find out.
That is when people can find out. This is great. Thank you for playing the demo, but this is not quite it what we're going to show you, because we have a beautiful, beautiful brand new poster.
There is
for
something
the game.
new, yeah.
There is something new that came out just minutes ago, and you're going to be one of the very first people to see. You take us there, ground control. There we go.
Wow.
Look at this gorgeous poster.
That is so
Look
cool.
at this amazing poster.
It is Chapelle is catty. Nice.
Yeah, it's. I would like to say it's very film-like, but that's what Deliver Us to Mars is. I mean, there has been almost like a full feature film into this game, and I mean, besides all the cool stuff in the gameplay we just saw, yeah, this is going to be a deeply emotional story, I have to say. And this is Kathy, of course, our lead. Elise Chapelle is Kathy in our... can we get this like printed massively? Would be great.
I do want to have this printed and mounted on the wall, for sure. It's just so very beautiful. Having Elise Chapelle play Kathy is a huge honor. I think we talked about it multiple times, how perfect she is for the position. And all of you watching, you now got a taste of it. You now got to hear the voice, and it only gets much better and much more intense from that point on. What we've shown you in a demo is just the beginning. But if you want to see this poster, and if you want to maybe click on it and look more at it, zoom in closer, you need to go and follow Deliver Us Mars on all of the socials, which is Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Deliver Us Mars is a fantastic Instagram, so please go ahead and check it out. And it is live right now on Deliver Us Mars Twitter, so go ahead and check it out. But I cannot let you go just yet, because this is my favorite time. You know how I like going through comment section and reading the comments, and actually, you know, there may be a couple of questions. So we're gonna go into the comment question kind of area. Some people said some nice things. So we have a comment from Mr. Thomas Sala, aka the Falconeer Universe Development Channel, who commented on one of our trailers of the latest story trailer. He goes ahead and he says, "Oh, actually, Koen, go ahead and read it and react to it."
Falconeer Universe Development Channel. I know there was this practically on YouTube, but Thomas Sala says you went ahead and got AAA. Love it. Thomas is a fellow developer. Actually, I have to be honest. I mean, when I was a lot younger, yeah, I know it's getting older. I mean, my beard is getting gray. Jesus, it's crazy. But when I actually was younger, I was studying. I was sitting in one of the talks Thomas was giving about how he made a great game for one of the biggest theme parks in the Netherlands, the Efteling. And I was amazed by what he was telling me, how he did that. And now he's making the Falconeer. And the fact that he says this is because he eventually he got to know me, of course, as a student. I started KeokeN eventually. And my goal is, of course, to go after those amazing people from, for example, Guerrilla Games in the Netherlands. I mean, they make such an amazing game and games. So I know that that's the comment where it derives from, probably. And let's say I wouldn't say we're there yet, but it's absolutely we're on the road. I have to say to get to a very nice level of grand, blockbuster game experiences.
So basically, that is a lot what I hear as well too, because what you've seen, it kind of does show a grandiose ambition for our game. But I still want to let everybody know that we're still a small team with just great ambition that Frontier Foundry is helping us to realize. We are flattered by people saying that we are AAA, but at the same time, we still very, 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 very much not quite there yet. We are being rated by John Alters. Thank you so very much for the
Thank you for bringing 12 new people among us.
Very much
so hello everyone.
Bringing people over here. Yes, hello everybody. All right. So let's go ahead and get the next comment.
This is such a jump from Deliver Us the Moon. Look awesome. Well, thank you. Like you were saying, I think we go actually to the right direction. I would love one day to work on AAA games here at KeokeN. And the gap between Moon and Mars is pretty huge. Actually, Moon is like the game that's bring me here in the company, and I can definitely see like the huge improvement that we made in so much details. Like we say earlier, like motion capture, animation, environment. This is really, really cool.
Yeah, I have to say, and now, of course, we have now the delay, but even with the delay, guys, we just did this under 2.5 years. So that is massively impressive with the small size team we still are. And then again, of course, with a great partner like Frontier Foundry that is coming together as much as we can here, and as you see. Yeah.
Cool. Next one.
This game is going to make me cry, isn't it? Well, I remember my previous streams and I said strap yourself in, and I'm going to repeat it again. Just really brace yourselves because there are some tough moments in there, yes.
Just in case, please have a box of tissue just next to it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Right.
It's gonna hit you in some ways. Hopefully. Let us know if that was the case. And I remember seeing Deliver Us the Moon responses on certain moments, and I have to say, I mean, I was actually surprised that we were able to do so. But I'm looking forward to seeing people play the game. Is that nice to say of me, or is that cruel?
I'm not sure if that's nice or cruel, but it's definitely, I see how excited you are about seeing people play the game and experience what they experience. We have a message from chat now. Cardigan asks, how long will the game time be? Deliver Us the Moon had 5-7 hours. How long will Deliver Us Mars be?
For now, we can say it is, as it was one of our points of attention, it is going to be a lot longer.
Take Deliver Us the Moon, multiply it by several times. It's going to be ambitious, better. I mean, the demo should give you a sense of it. So yes, definitely. Question from Twitter, actually, which goes, does KeokeN mean something, as in the name of the company?
I've had this a couple of times. Well, yeah, it does. It is literally when I was playing online games and I was competing in the Capture the Flag 5-on-5 ladders internationally. I wanted to become the #1. And I did it in Soldier of Fortune 2, like the side project, like you had Counter-Strike back in the day. And my nickname was KeokeN back in the day. And I thought, because 4 years into that Capture the Flag ladder, we became #1 after 4 years as a clan, as a whole team. So when I started the company, and it first started as a sole proprietorship, meaning you're the only one in the company, I thought, let's use something that brought me luck a first time, and that is why KeokeN is called KeokeN.
There we go. That's the answer. A lot of people probably wonder.
And I must say that the luck is still here because he decided to take me in the team. So
Wow.
Wow. He's close.
That was loud. Nice.
What is completely not game related? What is your favorite game to switch off after a long day? And then what is your favorite food to eat while gaming?
Your favorite game to switch off after a long day, and favorite
Yes.
food. Okay, will you go first or will I go?
Well, right now, because it's changed, you know, I play a lot of game. Right now, it's actually a Conan Exile that I start. You know, like pretty cool game based on, you know, crafting and surviving. And we start actually a tiny server with some friends. So, you know, like the server is always open and you can join and always, you know, continue your adventure when you want. And for the food, well, I mean, look at me. It's obviously chocolate, guys. Chocolate,
Yeah.
you know.
He's from Belgium, so of course.
Chocolate in Belgium,
Yeah.
so great.
I
How
have
come you never brought me Belgium chocolate?
Yes.
We have a thing to
you
discuss.
you are a little
It's
bit
true.
far away from me, you know.
It's okay. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be back, and I
I will bring
expect
that.
some
I will
best
bring
anyway.
Belgian chocolate. Yeah.
Anyway, Koen, what is it for you? What's the game to switch off after a long day?
Yeah,
and favorite
so
snack? Welcome.
I would love to say something very, you know, inspiring, but what it actually is, I open the door, there's a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old running at me. Then after I tried having dinner, let's say eat anything, means that I get to my phone and my 4-year-old Maya is forcing me to play Roblox. So from the last year, I've been playing Roblox in my after hours. And maybe when she is asleep, I play, or I think I started Gears 5 or finishing it probably. I'm trying to finish it, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. I mean, Roblox sounds like a great game. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely don't expect that answer, but it sounds like a good one.
There's amazing levels in there.
That's amazing way. If you have any questions in chat, any last ones, because we have a couple of minutes to answer them, put them on, and we will answer them questions about anything, about the Mars, about demo, about the company, you know, favorite food, anything. Just go ahead and ask. Meanwhile, I do want to remind everybody that you can wishlist Deliver Us Mars on Steam. You can also pre-order Deliver Us Mars, and we would really appreciate it. We have a question from Stem Cell Researcher in Planet series of whole solar system planned?
Whoa.
Question mark.
Well, there's absolutely ambition to do a lot more, as I said, from Deliver Us the Moon. I mean, it wasn't our last game. I said this is just the beginning, and I think I will repeat it again. This is just the beginning, and as if we have the, you know, if we're in the ability and the, you know, the luck and the fact that we can keep doing this, then of course I will try to keep making as much games as I can with the studio.
Amazing. And I think we have also a question from Cryptic coming. Can we get that one on screen as well too? Thank you. Thank you, Ground Control. Appreciate you. Basically, the question is, I'm just going to read it to you while it comes on screen. Will there be a closed beta to play?
I would like to say nothing currently planned. Yeah.
That's it. That's the
showstopper.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the short, the low one.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, amazing. That was really good. I really loved being here. I really appreciate you, Koen, and you, Jeremy, be here and show people the demo. How did it feel to finally show such a, I don't want to say big, but such a
huge project?
portion of the game, because we had the gameplay trailer, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But this is like actually getting it out there, and people could play it for the very first time outside of KeokeN during Gamescom, and now we are showing it to the even wider amount of people as well.
Are we gonna still see the trailer after this for a second? I would.
Yes,
I would
we are
love that.
going to right before, like,
Okay.
we're going to see it right after we say goodbye.
Well,
We're gonna see the trailer.
it is to an extent relieving. It is you're excited. That's how I call it. That's like anxiety and excitement in one. But it is absolutely I think I'm so proud to see where it has landed right now, literally, and where it's going. And I mean, I play this game every week. Let's call it that, because I would love to say every day, but it just doesn't fit in a day for me anymore. So that maybe gives you a little bit of a hint what we're trying to do here. But it is amazing to see how it overall comes together. And yeah, I mean, it is. I'm super curious what people will say. It's absolutely not a conventional game. Let's call it like that.
Let's call it like that. Final question. Will you release the demo on Steam?
Nothing we can say at this point.
Yep. It is what it is.
That's
I mean,
what it is.
you can ask, but if we can't answer, we cannot. Jeremy, what about you? You are that famous person who modeled the big roundabout boy.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
that alone deserves a gold medal.
That's kind of complicated, you know, like you are working during like 2 years straight on a project,
Right.
and you cannot show anything not to your friends, not to your family, and they're like, but are you really working on something? Yes, I just need to, you know, to respect like this special paper which called like NDA, and no, I cannot show anything. But you know, when we release for the first time the trailer, or right now when we are showing, you know, the demo, we are finally for the first time some comeback of the player, and you know, like seeing like people that actually expecting a lot from this sequel. It's really, really cool to finally have like a first connection with the community that you are doing all of this project for.
I have to say, I also have to give you a compliment, and for the people that haven't seen it, definitely go check out the KeokeN TikTok, because if anything, something that cracked me up so hard. I was just sitting behind my desk. I was just, guys, I don't watch TikTok, but it's like I had to learn what TikTok was. But Jeremy is one of the best performers of how to actually act like a game character, but especially one that doesn't really follow the rules yet in your game. So a buggy game character, this is the guy. I love it. Actually, it cracks me up.
Listen.
Yeah.
Me,
That was
me,
this
yes.
him. That was
Yeah.
the one. Now is there filming it, so I can say that is a lot of fun. Follow us on TikTok, please. More
Yeah.
TikToks incoming soon. All right, this is where we go. This is where we say thank you to everybody for playing, but don't fret, we are going to show you our amazing brand new story trailer once again before the stream is over. But this is time we say goodbye. Koen, thank you for being here. Jeremy, thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. Thank you to our partners Frontier Foundry for supporting us on this ambitious journey and helping us in more ways than one. And if there is anything you want to say to people watching, do that now, and then we wave and show the trailer.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Alina, and until next time, because there's enough time that will come that we can talk to you.
And be ready to take off this to February. Until next time, people.
Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What the hell happened here?
This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home. What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Luca.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy?
Copy.
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 Starting burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave.
I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay...